At the lowest level of the food chain are microscopic plants and algae. They absorb the contaminated mud and water and then eventually get eaten by zooplankton and small fish,
which in turn get eaten by larger fish like salmon.
And since organisms only attain 10% of the energy from the trophic level below, while the other 90% gets emitted as heat or is undigested, they must consume a lot of the trophic level below in order to maintain their energy level.
Wow! Salmon play such an important role in our ecosystem.
That's because they are an important species in the ecosystem, and actually they are classified into a group of species known for being very crucial to the ecosystem,
called keystone species.
So why are they so important?
Keystone species are certain species in our ecosystem that others greatly depend on. If there weren't any of that species, the health of the entire ecosystem would be drastically affected.
Oh, I see. That's why the orcas become so sick whenever they consume contaminated salmon. It is because the salmon are an essential, needed part of their health and diets.
Salmon are also an important food source for bears, wolves, eagles, and otters. And salmon aren't the only species affected by bioaccumulation. Another example are frogs.
When frogs live in water, they are sensitive to chemical runoffs and environmental pollutants.
So we've talked a lot about pollutants like PCBs, but what exactly are PCBs?
Well, PCBs are synthetic chemicals that belong to a class of pollutants called POPs.
There are some pollutants that do not degrade easily, meaning that they stay in the environment for long periods of time. POPs are an example.
PCBs aren't the only synthetic chemical in POPs. There are also DDTs and heavy metals. Before, these chemicals were used to our benefit, but nowadays they have affected our environment.